All right, y'all, this is Real Life Sports. We're coming to you from the Westin Atlanta Buckhead. And what better way to start the show than checking out Charles and his pastels on TNT?
Amazing. What up? I'm Shannon,
I'm Pratap.
and this is Real Life Sports. We just finished the Portland Houston game one of the playoffs. Amazing. We just watched Portland beast mode it into winning the first game, which was incredible.
Yeah, and I was like, there's no way this can happen. Down the whole game, looking really sloppy in the first half, talking, you know,
I mean, how many 13-0 runs did we have to watch Houston go through before Portland really stepped it up?
and also how many D League commercials did we have to watch?
Note to the NBA, we love you, but naming your expansion league the D League is not a motivation for us to watch. But I want to watch D League. I'd watch one of Pratap's Indian cousins just check out the court in the seventh grade.
Yeah, so some of the highlights of the game that I remember were dribbling off the foot. That's apparently gone in vogue for the NBA playoffs this year. Portland and Houston, some of the most polished offensive teams in the league, number 2 and 5 and threes, and they were taking it to the rack and taking advantage of the refs calling a lot of fouls and just kind of getting sloppy with it.
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely noticed that, like, first round of the playoffs, we've seen a lot of teams just get a lot of nerves, I'm not going to call anybody out, but, like, when you have multiple players dribbling off their foot into the game, like, you guys just need to relax, take a breath, and just get into it. But got to give it up to Portland. I feel like they really, kind of came back. There were so many strong runs by Houston. Fear the Beard. There's some crazy, crazy three-pointers coming from Houston, and I just did not think we were going to come back. But then we saw LaMarcus Aldridge just pick it up, get his spin move going, make some critical free throws at the end. And I think the big thing about Portland is they really had a lot of teamwork. They had so many times when they could have just lost it, but high fives all around. The bench, given this move, I don't know what that is, but it's clearly working. So
Yeah.
really, really strong start to the season.
And then the playoff season. And then
Yeah.
Houston, big surprise for Houston, maybe no surprise for the Houston fans, was Channing Tatum, as Shannon called him, also known as Chandler Parsons. He had a good game, really strong at the beginning, kind of faded at the end. But the other thing to note there was that there were guys putting it all on the line. We saw some pretty serious injuries. Lillard barely getting up from a rolling an ankle. You had a couple other guys falling down left and right. Beverly throwing his body around, and then a bunch of guys eventually fouling out with all the fouls that were happening. And that could have been the difference for Portland. They could have lost it when Aldridge and Lopez fouled out in overtime, but they came back and made it happen.
Yeah, you guys definitely stay healthy. I feel like, overtime it's like a race to the bottom. Everyone's fouling out. We're going to, crazy moves, just everyone fouling. But remember to stay healthy. It's a long playoff season ahead. So you guys, tape your ankles, get some rest. Don't go too crazy. But yeah, I mean, I think overall, really strong game from both teams. Even Jeremy Lin looked off early, but came back for some, strong runs right at the end. Definitely word for Portland when we saw some of our backup guys get totally rickrolled by Jeremy Lin. So great job for Lin, but even greater job for Portland that came back and really pulled it out.
And then finally, great job for Red Pepper Taqueria in Buckhead. They had it going on. I was able to watch the Red Sox, some the NBA D League action, and the NBA playoffs all at the same time. So that was good stuff.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching first edition of Real Life Sports. If you like it, subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Rip City.